The most basic form of hammering that a blacksmith does is to position the metal directly in the center of the anvil and to hit it squarely with the face of the hammer. This is a very inefficient way of moving any metal, so this technique is great if you want to change the cross-section of the bar without lengthening it too much. The other time it's used is at the end of a heat. A smith will use the last little bit of a heat to straighten the bar up or clean up any imperfections in the surface. In the next heat, we're going to start drawing out the bar by just changing the position of the hammer slightly. Using the hammer in this position will force grooves, or what we call fullers, into the surface of the bar. These fullers pinch the bar and force the bar to get longer without spreading it out very much. Of course, you don't need to tilt the hammer anywhere near as much as I'm doing here. I'm just exaggerating the angle so that you can see it on camera. If I was hammering normally, you wouldn't be able to tell that I was tilting the hammer at all. Once the bar is completely fullered, you can start hammering it with the flat of your hammer. That will drive all the peaks in between all the fullers back into the bar, and this will also help to lengthen it. And then just use the last bit of the heat to clean up the forging. To draw out the metal even faster, in the next heat I'm going to use the same hammer technique, but I'm going to move the whole bar over to the edge of the anvil. This is going to start pinching the bar from both sides. This technique is used mostly for really heavy bars when you need to get all the mechanical advantage you can over the metal. When you're using this technique, you want to make sure that you use an edge of an anvil that is really well rounded. Otherwise, you're going to be cutting sharp corners into the bar that are going to be really hard to forge out. As you can tell, this is a fairly aggressive way of moving a lot of metal. I use it mainly when I need to do a lot of forging on a bar, and I'm sure that I'm going to have enough room at the end to clean up all the hammer marks. And as always, I'm using up the last bit of the heat to clean up the forging.